Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs, probably the sexiest podcast about board gaming that you can listen to. With me in studio is none other than famed actor and Oscar winner.
Hello, Jerry. Thanks for having me on today.
No,
Get to the chopper.
No. Look, the reason I did that so you could get your voices out of the way immediately.
Okay.
Immediately.
Thank you, Jerry. I like a game called Sentience because that's what I was as a T-800.
Oh, that's the third best Terminator joke I've heard in a long time. This is a podcast about board games and other random things that we tend to talk about. Please like us on... wait a minute. No. You can stalk us on or love us on Instagram, which we're doing pretty good on Instagram. I like our Instagram. I just learned Instagram last week.
Glad you finally joined the modern age.
And I am trying to interact with our so-called fans. I say they're fans. I say they're so-called because I noticed that many of them like and follow other people. And so they're loyal fans, but still. And Enrique's fan club.
Well, that's the whole thing with Instagram. It's like a network. It's a social network.
It's a social network?
You network.
Tell me about it.
You learn what other people are talking about and doing.
Tell me about it, Zuckerberg. Is that Zuckerberg? He's Facebook. I'm sorry.
That's how you network.
Enrique's feeling better. He's recovering slowly.
But he's still not amongst us.
He's not amongst us.
But the T-800 is. Thank you for having me on today, Jerry.
No. What? He's still doing movies now ever since he stopped the governing thing.
I am from the future.
Look.
But I'm here to play board games.
We're not talking about future board games in this podcast. We're about to hard merge because we're going to talk about board games
I'm a big fan of Robo Rally.
We're about to hard merge this into board games of the past because that's what we're talking about. Past board games all the way back to the Stone Age.
Oh, snap. So no banter?
That was a hard merge. No, I wanted to do banter. This is the one time that I've actually wanted to do banter.
Banter about?
And you keep doing voices.
I am not. I've been talking.
All right.
We have a special guest in studio.
I have a list of things I'd like to talk about. For instance, this is our 47th podcast, I believe. We're vastly approaching our number 50. I don't know what we're going to do when we hit 50. I guess we'll have probably another podcast. I don't know if we'll do anything special.
50? For 50 now. 100.
You don't do anything special for 50?
I mean, you can.
We've got to do our top 10 soon.
Yeah, we'll have to. Well, let's make that 50 then.
No, it might be 49.
50 podcasts over the course of 3 years.
Hey. We started off slow there. It's kind of a rough road. Mainly what we
started off doing bi-weekly, every other week.
Yeah, not twice a week.
Not twice a week.
Other week.
Every other week. Every 2 weeks.
That is confusing to some.
And
Northern
Frankie. Lately, we've tried to keep it regular.
Keep it regulated.
Some Metamucil, some Miralax, and we're pooping out about a podcast a week.
Right. With that, we have put in, I'm saying we put in a lot of effort. We've put in more effort to be interacting with people. And actually...
Define we.
I fired up at least 3 posts on the Instagram, and they've gotten multiple likes. And I don't know how many likes is a lot of likes, but I'm about to quit this business and just get into the Instagram.
Influencer?
I'm being Instagram influencer.
Move over, Kylie. Jerry's here.
Yeah. I wonder if I just took my shirt off and played board games, if that would be a thing.
I'm sure it would definitely be a thing. A good thing? No.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that vote of confidence.
I've never seen you without your shirt.
I can't take my shirt off.
Why?
Psoriasis.
Do you really?
Yeah, my shirt's literally melded to my body. Like I put it on, lotion up in the morning, put a shirt on, and it's stuck the rest of the day.
Much like the T-1000 is melded to the future.
That's enough. You could do any other voice.
That's not me. That's the T-800.
Get out.
No.
Get him out.
Get Out was a good movie. That's not me. I can't help what he says.
what I'd like to put forth to our fans or to the people who commonly listen to us is that we are trying to somewhat not change, but I guess increase our footprint, I guess, in terms of our website and the Instagram. Like Facebook's kind of a fail. I don't think people do Facebook.
I think that's for a don't get me wrong. It's got billions of people on it, but I don't think for one, I know the younger generation doesn't use it.
Fun fact, I queried several of my coworkers and employees, which are at least 10 years younger than me. Numerous of them said that they do not use Facebook except for like businesses and various other things.
I have never really used Facebook.
Mainly it's Instagram.
Instagram, I think, is very popular.
Twitter doesn't seem like people get in trouble on Twitter all the time.
Twitter, actually, from what I understood, like last year, it was kind of like on a downward slope.
So what we're trying to put out is that please email us or let us know what type of social media networking thing is best for y'all. Like, do you like the Instagram? We have a Facebook page, but we don't put anything on it.
We have a Facebook page, a Facebook group.
We are a Facebook group.
We're on BGG, the Guild. We have a guild. We have 25 members.
I spent a lot of time getting our MySpace together, and nobody went to it. And our Tumblr was spot on. But apparently, nobody uses that either.
Nobody's big on Tumblr.
I guess not.
The BGG Guild. I put this very thought out there. How do you want to interact with us? Most of my interactions take place on Instagram because I'm on there frequently. I put this out to BGG.
Getting those likes.
We got 2 responses, basically. We have 25 followers, and I understand that in general, like say you have 100 people following you, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's very low of the people that actually interact and respond and all that stuff.
It's not very low. We can name them. And there's Denver. There's Frankie of the North. I stopped calling him Northern Frankie. He's Frankie of the North. It sounds very Game of Thrones-ish.
Yes.
He's actually Frankie of the North and Chris Soul Train. He is. They are the
AKA Steve,
the presidents of. Well, actually,
BGS Northern chapter.
They're the wards of the North.
Wards of the North.
The Northern chapter of the Board Game Snobs, and the vice president of the
Armies of the North.
Enrique fan club.
Maximus.
As Arnold left is
me, Maximus.
No. But getting back to what I was talking about with our fans. If you have ideas or suggestions or criticisms or comments or just hate mail that you want to send us in connection with what we can be doing or even segments about our podcast, please email us at boardgamesnobs.com at gmail.com.
Yes.
And also on our website, our defunct website. I say it's defunct.
It's not. Okay, yeah, it kind of is.
It's kind of.
We post podcasts on there.
We have kicked around, perhaps doing.
In a BGS meeting, in an emergency meeting.
Yeah, we had emerged like 5 minutes ago. Got me through this idea about having contributors or people that would like send us stuff and that they wanted posted on the website in terms of reviews because, we're not reviewers and we hate to actually come across like we might be reviewers because we're not really reviewers.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Because we don't really know what we're talking about. Actually, we do. We're very refined. I say. No, stop that. You're going to make my monocle fall out.
Better.
Let's get at her. The idea of perhaps having people who are contributors or
Monocle Lewinsky.
That's a good one. I'm going to write that down. A one-eyed Lewinsky. There's that's her brother is the big Lewinsky. So the idea of having contributors or people for the website is something that we've kicked around.
Yes. We created the website
because we're going to be bigger than that other network. What's that other network called? The one with the tower, the thing. I can't remember.
I just can't remember. We had created the website. We started off doing reviews. I would write, but Jerry's a better writer than me.
I'm superb.
Jerry went into writing. He does good. Jerry's a busy man.
I'm terribly busy. I don't even have time for this.
You don't have time for this, but yet you're here, and that's why I love you.
Instagram for you people.
We both work very full-time jobs, more than full-time. Jerry has a family.
I have kids, 2 of them.
I have a family also, but I don't have the children that you do. But we want our website to be active, and it helps us if you have a active website. It like gives a place to funnel. Like from the website, we can funnel people to the podcast. The podcast is where our heart lies.
Right. I would never have believed that.
But that's where it's at.
Here we are podcasting.
Two best friends.
2 years ago. Yes. You asked me last podcast, are you my best friend? And I've thought deeply about it. There's only like 5 people that I truly like, and you are one of them.
I don't.
So there you go. There you go.
I didn't want to cry this podcast.
Either way, if you might be interested or have any suggestions about our website or our podcast or anything, please get with us. And we do appreciate all the interactions that we do have with the people.
We really do.
And Enrique enjoys it, which we're planning on having Enrique on the next podcast. Enrique
will be here.
If his health issues will ever get resolved, if he's still with us, I may have to give him another kidney. Anyways, we need to move on, get off this banter, and move on into the games that we were wanting to talk about. Hard merging onto Stone Age.
Hard merge.
Now, if you haven't played Stone Age or you don't own it, it's a classic, or supposedly supposed to be a classic. You can get on boardgamearena.com and play it.
It is a classic. Ooh, Board Game Arena.
Yeah.
That is where I first played it.
It is where I first played it as well.
And then I downloaded the iOS app, and I played it from there.
Well, the Anniversary Edition came out, and a lot of people thought that the Anniversary Edition by Z-Man Games would be like a deluxe edition. It is not a deluxe edition.
It is not.
It's just Stone Age in a bigger box with some different art.
Have, I think the original, though, like everything was just cubes. It does have like gold-shaped cubes.
I think so. I don't recall.
Think so?
But there is some mini expansions in it that
only
aren't.
we did research.
If only we cared.
Nobody got time for that.
But Stone Age was one of the pinnacle worker placement games of the day because it wasn't just simply place a worker, get something. It was place a worker, roll a dice, and then divide by a number and get something.
Yeah.
And so if you haven't played Stone Age, it's about cavemen. And it's so simple that even a caveman can do it. You have a certain amount of workers for which you have to get this, feed them at the end of the turn.
Hey, who did it first?
Uwe.
Did he really?
Uwe came up with that.
Stone Age did it second?
I think Uwe came up with the whole feed your worker thing. No, if not, it was his brainchild because it's in every one of his games.
Go ahead. I'll look it up as you talk.
Stone Age. You have the option of placing your workers off into this village where you can reproduce and thus increase your clan of workers. Get some tools.
How do you do that, Jerry?
Through various means. Also, you can
2 people go into a hut, 3 walk out.
I've never really figured that out. You go into a field and increase your agricultural rating, or you can go into these other areas and collect food, stone, wood, clay, and gold. Now, the way that you do this, you place as many workers as you want on your turn into one of those places, and then at the next phase where you retrieve your workers, you roll that many dice per that many workers. You put 3 workers out collecting wood, you're going to roll 3 dice, and then you divide by the number on that resource. For instance, wood is like 3, stone is like 4.
What is 3? Just go with 3.
Yeah.
So if you stick 3 workers out there, you roll 3 dice. Let's say it rolls a 12. 12 divided by 3 is 4. You get 4 pieces of wood.
That simple.
Okay. I looked it up real quick. Agricola came out 2007. Stone Age 2008.
There you go. And
do you think he had enough time production-wise to come up with the same idea, or did he say, I like that from Agricola?
No. I don't think they were any ways entwined. I think this guy thought this idea.
Thought the same thing.
Because you have to manage your resources.
A lot.
And managing and feeding your people are a big issue at the early part of this game.
I like it. It's irritating. I know people hate it. But I like feeding your workers because it is just another thing you got to keep track of, and you have to do it. And it comes into gameplay very heavily. And I know it's a thing, feeding your workers.
Well, here's another thing. I like that. That was a weird, evil laugh right now. I don't know where that was coming from.
You even looked at me weird.
It was weird. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. I got to thinking about how I arrange tasks, and when I start thinking about planning things, I get kind of that evil pinky in the brain. What are we doing tonight? Well, we're going to take over the world. Primary, secondary, and tertiary planning. And so, yeah. Secondary in games, when you're breaking down your objectives and you're trying to figure out what you need to take care of, there are a lot of times where your primary objective is, of course, always to get victory points. But when you have a secondary thing that you have to take care of, that is always great. And in Stone Age, the reason that it's a classic is it has that secondary. You have to feed your people. And that can cost you victory points, which is your primary objective. And off to the side, there's this tertiary plan of getting more tools and increasing your workers and increasing your agriculture, so you don't have to always have some food to feed them. That makes the game. It's very light. It's very simple, but it's also very enjoyable. Here's what I find fascinating about Stone Age. It's 11 years old?
Fascinating.
It's 11 years old.
2008.
If it came out today, do you think it would be a hit?
Yes.
Yes.
Because games today are still doing the same thing.
Everybody's still doing the same thing. If Stone Age had a Kickstarter today and had some decent components, like if it wasn't like a Stonemaier game, we're talking like some clay pieces.
I have some components from Stonemaier I wanted to use on it.
Yeah, things that you
I just needed gold.
Cannibalized from Charterstone, which we
had clay.
We do not recommend.
I had the wood.
Charterstone.
I had the silver. I just needed no Charterstone.
And while we're talking about it, why don't you hold off on Wingspan until we get back from BGG?
We will. I will. Okay. After Starship Samurai, I'm going to listen to you and not buy anything else.
Please do. Please do. For the rest of you as well, when you think of a game that's a game that's at least 9-10 years old, that's a Euro game, what comes to mind? What's a game that really holds its own? Well, people often mention Stone Age because it's like the mother of all.
Sam Healy has a lot to do with that, I feel.
What?
It's like his number one worker placement.
Who's Sam
and
Healy?
has been for a long time.
Who's he with?
Dice Tower.
Never heard of him. The only thing about Stone Age, does it have miniatures? Well, he couldn't like it. The only thing
I thought you didn't know him.
Who? The only thing about Stone Age that I don't particularly like is that it is very samey, but the reason it's very samey to me is because we've played all these newer games. If Stone Age had come out and I had played it when it first came out, which I had not, it would have been, it'd blow my mind away.
Yeah.
It'd been like, oh, this is awesome. It still is. The anniversary edition, if you own the regular edition, there's no need to buy the anniversary edition. There's nothing special.
No, that's great.
If you can get a used edition of the original Stone Age, you're not missing anything. I enjoy it. I think it's a decent game. Now, do you need to run out and buy it?
Wait. Is this your official deal? You enjoy it?
I enjoy it. Here's what I'm getting at.
Okay, because you're...
I'm okay. I'm not going to wax and wane here. I'm going to let you know. Do you have to own... Do you have to own Stone Age?
No.
Is it a good game?
Yes.
Is it something that you should run out and spend $60 on?
No. We did.
But why did I do that?
I still owe you that, by the way.
Because the nostalgia of it. I enjoyed it.
I will tell you. Okay.
It's a perfect segue into light to medium worker placement games.
It is.
That people can understand and other ones that will enjoy.
I have wanted to play it forever. I had only played the digital versions. I enjoyed the digital version without even playing the physical copy. And I have wanted to buy it forever. It's in lots of people's top 10s or whatever, as far as worker placements especially. We finally got it. I'm like, this is a really old game as far as board gaming is concerned.
Yeah, 10 years.
Especially Cult of the New. Me and Jerry are pretty much Cult of the New. We like to play new stuff all the time. As far as a worker placement,
we like to play good stuff.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, okay, viticulture, my number one. What's number two? It's a toss-up.
Really?
It's Yokohama, Lorenzo. See, that's as far back as I can think right now. I know I've played a lot more.
So you're saying that Stone Age, is it in amongst that?
It is. Really? It is. I really, really enjoyed it. And the theme is very strong. And the way it was presented was very good. And I liked it. And like I said last week, as we were playing, you could just make up silly little stories. And it's dumb, but we enjoyed it a whole lot. And I enjoyed it a whole lot. Anachrony. Worker placement? Yeah. It's a worker placement. But Anachrony is like it's a little more involved than that.
Right.
You have to travel back in time and do this, do that. Stone Age is very straightforward. Now, I do prefer games I don't like set collection.
I do not like set collection.
Which worker placement oftentimes turns into.
You
place a worker, get this. You place a worker, get that, so that you can turn that in, get points.
If I had to have an issue with Concordia, it is the set collection aspect of the cards.
Yeah.
The same thing with Stone Age, which is why when I play it on Board Game Arena, and probably why I bested you so much when we first played it, was because of the set collection. That set collection is a big issue in Stone Age. It's something that you have to be mindful of. But I think that's kind of a nice...
But I like the fact that you can build buildings or take the cards.
Right. And there are also two things that you should be doing. You should do both.
You have to.
You have to do both.
Those are your points.
You have to do both.
But I was surprised at how much I enjoy Stone Age, despite the fact that I had played the app, played Board Game Arena. We talked about it. Me and you have talked about getting this game forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, the anniversary edition came out. We're like, let's get it. I think it's got an expansion in there we didn't even touch.
Let's splurge.
Let's get it. We split the cost.
And
actually, you've bought it. I've yet to split the cost with you.
I must say that I think in terms of classic games,
it holds up. Just say it holds up.
There are classic games, but then there are for instance, Soapbox Out.
Here we go.
Agricola, classic game. I don't really like it. I don't think it holds up.
Why? What is it? Okay, tell me this. Tell me the difference between Agricola and Stone Age, because I've never played Agricola.
Agricola is the essential worker placement in terms of having these little meeples, these little animals, and building fences, and going and getting resources. Same thing with Le Havre, getting resources and building things. The things is that I don't like about Le Havre and Agricola, they both pigeonhole you when it comes to the scoring. And you do know how I get upset about the scoring in games.
Yes.
Le Havre...
Scoring ruins games for you.
Yes, straight up. If your scoring is bad, there's no point in the game.
What was the game? Oh, Passing Through Petra.
Anyways, don't get me on that. Le Havre, you want to win Le Havre? Make Coke. Not the cocaine kind, not the cocaine, but we're talking about the Coke that is used to power steam engines. And in Agricola, you can't specialize in one thing. You have to be generalized in everything. You have to have one of each. You pretty much have to expand out.
Right.
I don't like that. The thing about Stone Age is that Stone Age does have this way of getting victory points. You can quickly end the game by building a lot of villages, lots of buildings, or you can do what I generally like to do is buy multiple cards.
You bought all them cards.
And those cards will get you victories.
I got like 30-something points. You got like 49 points.
And so when you're doing things that is evident to each player that they need to be doing. So there are classic games, but there are not that many classic games that hold up. Does Stone Age hold up?
I thought we'd discuss this.
It does. It just simply does. And I just making sure we're
just
good.
asked that.
Did I ask that? I'm sorry.
I don't pay attention to
Back to the Future.
Okay. It holds up. I love Stone Age. Just saying. It's an excellent introductory game.
I second that.
Okay.
There you have it. Let's move on to our next game.
What's that?
Which is a game that has been on my wish list for a long time. One that I've ignored because it didn't seem like it was exceptional. Last Will. Last Will is a game by, is it the who does that? Czech Games? The same people who do...
I don't know. Where's it at?
Same people who do Codenames. Can't remember. Same people who brought
CGE?
CGE. Same people who did Codenames. Same people who did Through the Ages.
I literally don't see the game.
Last Will is a game about. Well, you've watched Brewster's
When you
Millions.
have 3 blown tires, you're on your last wheel.
It took me a second there to get that. That was not funny. The last. Well, and I've lost my train of thought.
Ticket to Ride, trains.
What's your favorite Ticket to Ride game? Mine's Airlines Europe.
Me too.
Boom!
We need to play that again.
I love Airlines Europe. You should not own Ticket to Ride.
No.
What
get
did I
Airlines
just say
Europe.
that? I'm
Skip
sorry.
Ticket to Ride, go to Airlines Europe.
Please. Your children will thank you.
Hey, guess what?
What?
This is going to be a timely podcast.
How timely?
I watched Captain Marvel. Speaking of air,
Who's Captain Marvel? I say
Carol
that
Danvers.
with all sincerity.
Carol Danvers.
Who's Carol Danvers?
Okay,
I'm
I
not
didn't know this
familiar
either.
with- Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to get into the mic here.
Get into it. I'll
She
get into it
apparently
too.
is a human
She's a human.
to the Marvel Universe.
That's in our universe.
That's in our universe.
Go ahead.
She's okay. According to the movie, she's a human.
Wow.
She, well, I don't want to give any spoilers. but
Spoiler
She
alert.
becomes very powerful
How does she do
due
that?
to some aliens called the Kree.
They gave her powers.
Kind of, sort of. You'll see it when you watch the movie.
I'm
as
going to.
You will.
I'm not going to.
Which movies have you seen in the Marvel Universe?
I have saw
You have Saw?
Batman.
Saw's not in the Marvel Universe.
Batman. I saw
Where's the transmitter?
all of the Iron Man. I like Iron Man.
Iron Man's good.
I saw the first Hulk, but then they changed actors, and I saw
Eric
that
Bana?
Hulk. Yes,
Eric Bana, excellent actor. He doesn't get enough parts.
he doesn't. I saw the second Hulk,
Edward Norton, excellent actor. Gets lots of parts.
and then the other Hulk is the guy
Mark Ruffalo.
not an excellent actor.
He's a good actor.
He's okay.
He's more of a rom-com actor.
If you're a rom-com actor, you're not an excellent actor. Just saying. And then I saw the best Marvel movie was
Guardians.
Yes.
Did you hear about their
With
new?
the green lady.
Did you hear about their director, James Gunn?
Yeah, he got in trouble, and now he's out of trouble, and he's coming back.
He's back.
Yeah.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah.
I'll be back. That's my line.
Go away.
That's mine.
Go away. There is. Why are we talking about this? I want to talk about Last Will. Why are we talking about Marvel? What was your point about Captain Marvel?
I don't know. I just kind of thought about it. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it very much.
You said it was cliche and samey.
It was cliche, unoriginal,
And then you
samey.
said 5 stars.
No,
Let me tell
I
you
did
something.
not give
Let me
it-
tell you something.
No, don't tell me nothing. I did not give it 5 stars. I gave it a slightly above average because it's a solid movie. Is it anything new and original? No, nothing in the Marvel has been original for quite some time, except Guardians 1, which was like cosmic and had all these
It
characters.
was
and it was funny.
great.
Directed by James Gunn.
So I'm just saying is that I'm glad you don't review board games like you review movies.
No. And I told you
This
this.
is a cliche and the
Hear
shame.
this.
A seal of approval.
Clans of Caledonia.
My name's Tom.
You liked that.
Clans.
You said it was good. It
It
had
is
good
good.
points.
It is good.
Derivative.
It is derivative.
Okay. Does that mean it's bad?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Captain Marvel. Derivative.
Why are you getting up, as the kids would say, in my grill?
Do the kids say that?
I've been on Instagram a lot.
Nobody says it in my
The
grill anymore.
Instagram-
You're about 10 years late on that.
The Instagram. No, I'm on.
kids
I'm on Fleek. I'm on this.
That's 5 years old.
I got this. So on Instagram, people post pictures of themselves just like for, I don't know.
It's called selfies.
I don't like that.
You don't like selfies?
We haven't done selfies. That's
When
another.
you do a selfie, me and you.
Do we need to do selfies?
Do a selfie right now.
No, email us at
No, we're doing a
boardgamesnobs
selfie right
at
now.
.com, Gmail.
I'm not going to post this until after the podcast comes out.
When is the podcast coming out?
We'll see.
Why are
Okay,
we
so
doing a
this is
selfie? No, we don't want to
Smile.
do a selfie. I'm not smiling.
Jerry, smile.
Why?
I don't know how to smile right.
You look like you were snarling. So with
I like pictures where people they take them of themselves, but they act like it's not them, and they're like, ha 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 ha. And I'm like, no, that's you. You took your own picture, but you're acting like you did.
Bae caught me sleeping. That bae is a colloquial term used by some about their significant other. I learned that. I didn't know what that meant.
You did not know that?
Did not know that. Anyways, I'm going to get on to Last Wheel because Last Wheel was actually, because you're getting on my last nerve. Hard merge. Last Wheel is actually a pretty decent game. If you haven't played Last Wheel, let me describe it to you in painfully detail. You have
a game I got about 2/3 of the way in.
Yes, Gabi didn't understand it, and there's a reason why, and we'll discuss this here in a moment. In Last Wheel, you're trying to do like Brewster's Million. If you don't know what Brewster's Millions is, it is a movie with, what was his name?
Audie Murphy.
No. The comedian, Richard Pryor.
Hero of World War II.
No. Oh.
Eddie Murphy.
Richard Pryor.
Donkey.
No. You had to he had to spend all this money to get his inheritance. And so in Last Will, you're given an X amount of money and you have to blow it. You have to be bankrupt by the end of the
Below
game.
it?
Yes, like J-Lo it. You have to go out and just spend it. Because she's Jenny from the block. And so what you do is you go out.
All your references are very dated. Just saying.
What? What is wrong with my dated references?
They're very old.
I've never had any problems with
I said Audie Murphy. That's like at least 80 years old.
Audie Murphy was great.
You know Audie Murphy?
He was the most decorated soldier of all time. Yes, I know Audie Murphy.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad you acknowledged that.
He was so awesome that when they had...
You know where he's from?
Yes, Ardmore, Oklahoma is where they have the Audie Murphy Coliseum.
Interesting. I did not expect that answer. I was thinking it was Greenville, Texas. Because they have like some sort of thing to him in Greenville.
No, Audie Murphy over here is like a big deal.
Really?
Like Audie Murphy's
Okay, we're in Paris, Texas. In Greenville, Texas, they have like an Audie Murphy.
I don't know where Audie Murphy's actually from, though. But Audie Murphy was the most highly decorated, soldier.
World War II veteran.
Not decorated. the most decorated soldier.
And then he made movies.
They went to tell his life story, and he just said, "I'll just tell it myself, and I'll portray myself." And he portrayed himself in his own movies. Audie Murphy. Fun fact. Audie Leon Murphy was the most decorated combat soldier in World War II, blah, 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 blah.
Good grief. You're going through all his awards?
Oh, he was from Kingston, Texas. Sorry, I got that confused. There's a Kingston, Oklahoma. Hard merge back from Audie Murphy onto Last Will. I don't know why we're talking about Audie Murphy.
Audie Murphy.
We're done with him. We're done. Okay.
Go ahead.
Good. Please. So the Last Will is when you're trying to get rid of money instead of making money. And you do this very interestingly at the beginning of the game by placing a token or whatever you want to call it out on the turn order track. And the turn order track depicts how many... Turnt. Because you're halfway inebriated, I guess.
That's right.
Turnt. How many assistants you'll get, how many cards you'll draw, and how many actions you'll get. And so, of course, going first restricts you. Going last gives you a lot. And then out from this display that you have, you select what cards you want, utilizing your assistants, and then you play those cards onto your player board. What's fun about Last Will is that you're able to play from these four main types of cards, which are properties, companions, helpers, and events. And you're trying to blow money. So there's a neat little thing where you're buying property, and you want to do the reverse. You want to buy expensive property and then throw wild parties in it to degrade it so it's not worth as much, and then sell that property at a loss. As I raise my palms upward into the air to raise the roof, which is exactly how I won the game, by having one property that I utilized.
Also, I didn't know how to play the game.
Yes, you didn't know how to play the game, but that's how it is. You then use your companions, which they title them companions, which are dogs, horses,
how you doing,
chefs, and women of questionable repute.
How you doing?
Questionable reputation. And you use them. I've taken them out to eat and various things. And
taking them out to eat. You want to go to Chili's tonight? Yeah.
You can't spend like what? $20 at Chili's, you can get the 2 for dinner thing.
2 for $20.
Yeah, and they're good.
That's an Applebee's thing too.
No, you got the Applebee's or Chili's.
Chili's. By far. We've had this discussion.
We just want to make sure that people understand we are anti-Applebee's.
No Applebee's.
We
Chili's all the way.
Pro
Chili's.
There you go. So with Last Will, it's interesting because you're doing the reverse of what you're doing in most games. You're not trying to make money. You're trying to lose money.
Trying to spend money.
Trying to blow that money.
It kind of reminds me of Ponzi scheme.
As some of the kids would say, you're trying to make it rain.
Yes.
So as you play the game, the main actions that you're taking is deciding when you will go first, how many actions you'll take, and then quickly being able to play cards from your hands. I didn't like some of the fiddliness in the game because there were several decks of cards that you had to kind of manage their discard pile and just the various things of that. I don't like a game with a lot of cards.
There's a lot of cards.
There's a lot of cards.
And I wasn't sure which card did what, like through half the game.
Well, the cards with the house, that's property.
I know.
The cards with the women on it, that was the companions.
But the companion could be chefs, animals, women.
They should have depicted that.
That was incorrect.
It was incorrect. And very sexist too, CEG games.
CG.
CGG.
Check Games Edition.
Check Games Edition.
That's what it is?
They should have checked that.
Check that.
Check that, why don't you?
Chickadee chick.
I've been to Czechoslovakia.
Have you really?
Actually, the Czech Republic. I'm sorry. Briefly.
Is it the same thing?
Briefly, yes. Briefly.
Have you been to Czech or Slovakia?
No. It's the Czech Republic.
Oh.
When you go over there where Poland is at, they kind of border there, and there's a river which you can raft down. It's very nice.
Does
very
the river
beautiful.
run through it?
It does. I solved that.
Very scenic.
Brad Pitt was not there.
Where was he?
I
Was Angelina?
think he had a fight club he had to get to. But there was a nice little eating place close by, and then you went across the river and you could go into Czechoslovakia or Czech Republic.
How long was your flight over there?
Like 19 hours
Oh,
from over here. Yeah,
Okay,
rough.
so me
Flew
and my
into
wife.
Krakow.
Crack who?
Krakow.
No.
Yeah,
What's
Krakow.
Krakow?
It's a little place in Poland.
Me and
It's
my
very
wife.
nice, actually.
Me and my wife recently flew to Warwick, but we went from
New York.
DFW.
That's Dallas Fort Worth.
No. I'm incorrect. Love Field.
You flew from Love Field.
Love Field.
What did you fly
Southwest
in a tin
Airlines.
can? Oh,
South, yes,
nobody
pretty much.
flies Southwest.
It's a Greyhound bus in the sky. Put some wings on it. That's what you got.
Love Airlines Europe, by the way.
We went to Austin first, and then flew to Newark.
Is Austin on the way?
No, it's the opposite direction.
What they had to do? Go get the other wing put
But
on?
it was apparently cheap. It was apparently much cheaper.
Had to go pick up the co-pilot.
There was Gina's got some family in Warwick. We went up there. They had some special stuff going on, and we flew to Warwick. We didn't fly to Warwick. We flew to Newark.
Newark. There's a difference.
Newark, New Jersey. Much better than LaGuardia.
I wouldn't fly into LaGuardia to save my life.
We did a long time ago.
LaGuardia or Frankfurt or Heathrow. Avoid them like the plague. Go ahead.
It's very stressful. I hate flying. We had often at one time discussed going to Essen.
Yes, we canceled our Essen trip.
After flying to Newark, I'm out. Can I drive to Essen?
Possibly.
If I go take the isthmus
Via boat.
Alaska.
What's an isthmus?
The isthmus from
What's an
Alaska.
isthmus?
But if I could drive, I would go to Essen and I would go there. But I heard that Essen is mostly demos, and me and Board Game Snobs are about playing games.
We are about to go probably next year. When I say about,
No, not probably. We have decided it is so. BGS, Board Game Snobs. I've discussed it with you.
yes,
Have you discussed it with your wife?
she doesn't care.
Exactly. She said she's ready to go make it a family vacation. I have told Bubba, our IT guy, Enrique, he will do as you say. He is your acolyte.
isthmus.
Possibly, maybe, we don't know. DJ might go, but we're going to rent a vehicle. 2020, we're driving to Origins.
Nice. We'll see
It's
you
official.
there. And that's in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus,
Why
Ohio.
go to Germany when you can go to Columbus?
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
what I'm talking about. I want to
I'm
see.
not going to take a 20-hour flight in a tin can where I might go down in the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't want to test those waters.
You could wind up in an island lost.
I want to drive. I'd rather drive to Columbus, Ohio and go to Origins.
I would too. So 2020.
2020, it's like June something or other.
We'll see you there.
So if you want to meet the BGS, Board Game Snobs,
By then, no,
2020
by
Origins?
2020, we'll probably have sold out.
Yeah.
We'll be so big.
oh, massive.
With
We
our
have our own Kickstarter.
BGGS
$250,000.
network that will probably just be given out.
We want to acknowledge any of you.
We want who? Really, we're looking to sell out. If anybody knows anybody that we can sell out to, we'll sell out.
I need money to pay off some bills.
The last wheel.
Last wheel.
Here's the thing. Why I was surprised that you lost it, because spending money and
Why are you
going
surprised?
broke
Why?
is your thing.
But I see I had bought properties and
you
I
bought
didn't know that was a
property.
big deal.
You're the only person that made money in the last wheel. You
I didn't
came
know
out
that was a big
ahead.
deal.
I, of course, went broke because being able to make it rain.
Because you knew what it was about.
This is me as I slap my one hand onto the other as if I'm making it rain. How do they do that?
Give me some dollar bills.
Dollar bills,
y'all. Why is that a thing?
That's another reference I'm aware of.
Okay, go ahead.
But Last
You are
Wheel
so
was
white.
interesting. It was interesting, and it was fast, and it was fun,
And furious.
and it was not that furious, but it was okay. It wasn't something that I can just straight up say.
I would enjoy it with more people.
You think so?
Yes.
You think?
I enjoyed it as it was, but I would enjoy it with more people.
I think it would be better with more people, maybe 3 or 4.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.